If your ball flight is looking like a fireworks display, then don't worry, because in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to fix this. Now, the number one reason why somebody is gonna see a whole heap of different ball flights that look more like a fireworks display is because they are struggling to control the club face. Now, why is club face so important? Club face pretty much determines where the ball is going to start. So our body is always going to react to where the face is throughout the swing because it knows it's trying to get that face back to a position where it can roughly start on line. I know it sometimes doesn't feel like that, but if your club face is way open, your body's going to try and square it up. So the best players in the world are incredible at controlling this club face throughout their whole swing. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix this, and we are going to start with the setup. The number one thing I see wrong is how people structure their arms and their hand placement. So I will often see golfers have their hands back, their left hand will be rotated around to the left, their right arm will be a little bit more dominant, and they'll look something like this. This is a very awkward position because now from here, if I swing to the top and I come down with a good downswing position, you can see how it leaves the face wide open. Now from here, if the face is wide open, you're going to have to flip. That's where the inconsistencies come from. Now the other end of the spectrum is that golfer who goes and pushes the handle super far forwards. They get their hands looking more like this, and from here the face comes down super closed. Then they have to early extend, raise the handle super hard to control the face. So how do we start the process of controlling this beauty? How do we control the face? We've got to set our arms in the correct position. Now a really simple rule to follow is the more we can get the club shaft and the lead forearm in one straight line, the easier it's going to be to control that club face, assuming you put your hand on the club in the good position. So if I can have this in one straight line, it is going to be far easier to swing to the top and come back down and return that face relatively square or to wherever you want the ball to start, because straight lines are easier to control than angles. If we can return to straight lines, life's going to be a lot easier. So how do we do this? First and foremost, grip the club with your trail hand. Place the club face behind the ball and add a little bit of shaft lean to where the shaft feels like it's pointing at your belt loop. Now, as you add that shaft lean, you might need to twist the face to make sure that it's pointing exactly where you want the ball to start. Now, obviously, if you're using a driver, which I'll show you how to do that in a second, the ball will be more forwards, so the shaft will be more neutral. But essentially, you want to point it roughly at this belt loop. Now, from here, dangle your left arm straight down and turn your thumb into about a 30-degree angle. So I'm not moving my arm, I'm just twisting that thumb inwards to about a 30-degree angle. Keep that arm in that position and grip the club. Now the key thing that I want you to see is that the left forearm and the shaft are in one straight line and that club face is nice and square. This is your hitting foundation right here. Then from there, when it comes to the trail hand, you're going to hold it next to the grip. Turn the palm so it points away from you. You can see when I do this, the front side of my arm is now pointing towards you. Now in this position, keep the arm in that spot, just let that hand come back and then place your hands on. Now this position here, this arm structure is very much what you would see somebody like Ben Hogan do. He was amazing at setting the arms in the correct position, getting the forearm and the club in one straight line, because he knew then as he swung back into impact at speed, he had far more chance of controlling that club face. So that is the very, very first thing that I want you to do to get your arms in a good position. Do that, lead forearm on the club in one straight line with every club, and then from there, pull the trigger. Now, if I play that back, you're going to see that there was hardly any curvature to that shot. Why? Because I controlled the face really well and I also controlled the path. Now, in this conversation, we're focusing more on the face. If you want me to do a video where I focus more on the path, let me know in the comments down below. Now, again, when it comes to the driver, if you're seeing that fireworks display, then we need to learn how to control the face. What I want you to do is set up to the golf ball, and obviously the ball's further forwards, more underneath our left armpit. And if I get that shaft pointing at the belt loop and my lead forearm in the club in one straight line with that club face pointing at where I want the ball to go, you can see I've preset the straight line. I then bring my right arm across, palm away, set the arm, let the hand come back. Now you can see it's going to be so much easier for me at speed to return that club face back into a good position. By setting our arms up in that good position at address, we are going to reduce the amount of compensations you need, helping you take control of the club face and helping you take control of your ball flight. So here's what this would look like. And that is about a 3 or 4 yard draw right there. By taking control of my arm structure and my grip, I was able to control the face, which has allowed me to produce a straighter shot. Now let's move on to stage 2, which is working that club face correctly throughout our whole swing. Now it's fantastic we've set everything up correctly at address, but we still need to know how to move things correctly around our body. So the exercise I want you to do in order to help you with this is right arm only, so trail arm only swings. And I want you to imagine, because we've got a good grip, a good hold on the club, that your palm is the club face. So if I was coming down with an open club face and I come into impact, where's my palm going to be pointing? My palm's going to be pointing up and to the right. If I was coming down and I had a closed club face position, where's my palm pointing? It's pointing down and left. So everything we do in the swing, we are trying to return this palm back to a position to where it points forwards and slightly downwards. So forwards towards the target and slightly downwards. Why do we want it slightly downwards? Well, when it comes to an iron especially, we need to have it slightly downwards because we want to have some shafting. If it was just pointing directly across, my hands would be neutral. That's okay with a driver, but for an iron, we want it slightly downwards. So by doing some right arm only swings and getting the arm in the correct position to address, I want you to learn what it feels like to let that the weight of the club fall into the back of the right hand. So you can see I'm keeping my right hand wide away from my body, but I'm letting the weight of the club fall into that right wrist. I'm not twisting it, I'm literally just letting the weight fall into the right wrist. So at the top, where my thumb and index finger pinch together, I feel like the club pressure is right there. It's in that part of the hand right there. You can see if I lift my fingers off, I can still hold the club up because I've got it in that sort of pincer. Imagine a crab's pincer. I've got it in that part of the hand right there. That's ensuring I'm using my trail wrist correctly in the backswing. As I then come down, I'm going to feel the palm point slightly down to the ground, and then the palm point forwards. And in the follow through, I'm going to feel like I shake hands. So once we've got the good position at the top, palm down, palm forwards, shake hands with the target. Place 2 hands on, repeat that same feeling. Go to the top, feel the club go into the right wrist more in that pincer hold. You'll feel it in between the thumb and index finger. Palm down to the ground, come back to the palm pointing forwards and slightly down for an iron. And on the way through, shaking hands towards the target. So use that trail wrist as your guide. You can do the opposite with the left hand if you want to focus more on the knuckles. Again, if I want to come back to a good position here, my knuckles are sort of pointing towards the target. So if I do it with my left hand, I go to the top, knuckles will be pointing what feels like a little bit more to the sky. Then from there, as I come down, knuckles will be feeling like I'm pointing down to the ground. Knuckles will be feeling like they're pointing to the target. Knuckles will be feeling like they're pointing behind me over there. So whether you want to feel it with your right hand or your left hand, that's up to you, but either way, it achieves the same outcome. So then from there, step up to the ball, set the arms correctly. I feel stuff more with my right wrist, so I'm going to be focusing on where my right palm is pointing through the swing. And again, you can see very little curvature to that ball flight, exactly what I'm looking to see. So now let's run through a great exercise that you can do on the driving range to help you train that good club face control. So what I'm gonna do is take an alignment stick and pick a target down the driving range. Now I'm gonna walk 3 paces, 1, 2, 3, and place this alignment stick in the ground. Now hopefully that is pretty close to being on my ball to target line, which it should be. Now from here, I'm going to take my setup and I'm going to try and just do a little pitch shot. I have a 7-iron here where I try and hit that alignment stick. So if I give that a go here, I'm going to try and hit the alignment stick first time. And you can see there, I hit the alignment stick. Now, what does that tell me? I had my club face pointing at the target. If I hit a shot and the ball went way to the right, that would mean that as I came down, my face was open. And if I did the same thing and I closed the face, that would mean everything's going to the left and I would miss it to the left. So you can start to hit shots and I would slowly build up. You can see that was more of sort of a pitch shot. Now I'm going to go to a little bit more of a half swing, see if I can hit that alignment stick like so. So I just missed that slightly to the left. So maybe I closed the face down as I came through. But if it's just missing that alignment stick, you know you're in a pretty good spot. If you're missing it massively to the left or to the right, you know your face is extremely open or closed, but you're also going to get direct feedback. Why? Because where the face is pointing determines where the ball's going to start. So if I now walk in and I hit a full goal shot, let's see how I do. Can I hit that alignment stick just in front of me? If not, let's see what then happens to the ball flight. So as much as I didn't quite hit it, my misses are not too bad. This is also a phenomenal drill to help you with your short game. So if you have any questions about that drill, please ask away. I offer online coaching on the Skills platform. The link is down below.